Hello. In this video, we will cover different protocols which are used on computer networks. There are billions of devices which are connected to internet which communicate with each other seamlessly. In order for two computers to talk to each other, they must speak the same language. Internet needs to be very well planned and structured to enable this. That's where network protocols come in. Network protocols are a set of rules governing exchange of information in an easy, reliable, and secure way. These rules are the guidelines that regulates the different characteristics of a network, such as machine configuration, physical topologies, type of cabling, speed of data transfer, or internet access method, etc. Why do we have so many protocols? This is because when you talk to computer network, it is actually a layered architecture and it is made of multiple layers, with each layer having its own set of protocols for communication within each layer. It then interfaces with layer above or below. We will not go into description of these layers, but we will go over some popular protocols which are used across these layers. First is Ethernet. Ethernet is the most important for LAN communication and it serves the physical and data link layer. It provides the basic framework for data transmission. It divides a stream of data into shorter pieces called frames. These frames are encapsulated with destination address, error checking mechanism, and other information. These frames are then sent over a media like coaxial cable. Ethernet transmits the data in digital packets. If any computer wants to use this protocol, they should contain Ethernet network card or NIC. The card is implemented with unique address code fixed in the microchip. Next is point-to-point protocol or PPP. It is a data link layer protocol that enables transmission of TCP/IP traffic over serial connection, like a telephone line. It divides a stream of data into shorter pieces called frames. It defines a framing method to clearly define end of one frame and start of another. It incorporates error detection and also includes additional protocols for bringing communication lines up, authenticating and bringing them down when no longer needed. Next is TCP/IP, which is actually a collection of protocols and is the current standard for communication used for both local and WAN, which is the internet. The communication model of this suite is client-server model. A computer that sends a request is the client and a computer to which the request is sent is the server. Most common protocols it uses includes TCP, UDP and IP. Transmission Control Protocol or TCP is connection-oriented transport layer protocol which fragments messages into smaller packets and then sends them over the network. At receiving end, the packets are reassembled in the correct order to restore the messages again. It follows a standard handshake process with start and acknowledgement signals to establish the connection. Next is Internet Protocol or IP. It is a connectionless network layer protocol responsible for providing addresses to each computer and performing the routing. Once TCP breaks the data into smaller packets, it gives it to IP to provide addresses and to do the actual routing. Currently, Internet fully supports IP version 4 and it is moving towards adopting latest version IP version 6. Next is User Datagram Protocol or UDP. It is a connectionless protocol which allows packets to be sent without using handshake process. It is typically used to transfer small amount of information. Next is File Transfer Protocol or FTP. It is a standard for exchange of files across the net. It facilitates sharing of files between different computers or computer networks. It enables collaboration and use of remote computers. FTP is also the name of the program or command you issue along with the address of the site from where you want to transfer the files. It works as a client-server process. It is one of the most used facilities on the internet. Next is Hypertext Transfer Protocol or HTTP. It is an application-level protocol designed for transferring a hypertext among two or more systems. It is a generic, stateless, object-oriented protocol which can be used for many tasks. It is the basis for data communication for World Wide Web, where we have documents or web pages with hyperlinks to other web pages or resources which a user can access with a mouse click. HTTP is designed on client-server principles, wherein client and web server engage in a sequence of network request-response transactions called HTTP sessions. A web browser, for example, may be the client, and the application running on the computer hosting a website may be the server. HTTP has many built-in request methods which allow a client system for establishing a connection with the server machine for making a request. The server acknowledges the request initiated by the client and responds accordingly. For example, the browser submits a HTTP request message to view a web page. The server returns a response message to the client which includes requested content and status information. We now have an extension to HTTP which is called as Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure or HTTPS. It is used for secure communication over a computer network. It is a combination of HTTP and SSL or TLS protocol. HTTPS encrypts your data and establishes a secure channel over a non-secure network. This ensures data is protected from eavesdroppers and hackers. It also authenticates the web server by checking whether it has a valid certificate by a trusted authority. You can validate this by making sure your URL starts with HTTPS and there is a lock sign on the navigation bar which shows the connection is secure. Next is Secure Socket Layer or SSL. It provides security to the data that is transferred between web browser and server. SSL encrypts the link between a web server and a browser, which ensures that all data that passes between them remains private and free from attack. SSL is now deprecated as it is integrated with HTTP. It requires that website has SSL certificate installed to ensure its authenticity. The certificate is to be obtained by competent authority like GlobalSign. It is also indicated by lock sign on the browser navigation bar. Next is Telenet. It is used for remote terminal emulation. The connecting process here is termed as remote login. The system which requests for the connection is the local computer, and the system which accepts the connection is the remote computer. It enables user to access remote computer applications by emulating one of the remote computer terminals. It helps to provide connectivity between dissimilar operating systems. Telenet provides the services for remote operations of server or using high-end configuration machines from dumb terminals. Now we will cover various email protocols. The three protocols that we will cover are POP, IMAP and SMTP. First is Post Office Protocol version 3 or POP3. It is an application layer protocol used by email clients to retrieve email messages from mail servers over TCP/IP network. POP was designed to move the messages from server to local computer so that the mails can be read even when they are not connected to the internet. POP3 is a very simple protocol to implement, but that limits its usage. For example, POP3 supports only one mail server for each mailbox. POP3 works on two ports. Port 110, which is the default non-encrypted port used for unsecure email communication, and port 995, which is the encrypted port used for secure email communication. Next is Internet Message Access Protocol or IMAP. It enables multiple email clients to retrieve email messages from mail servers over TCP/IP connection. In IMAP, the messages are stored on the server itself, enabling user to access mails from multiple clients. In addition to handling multiple clients, IMAP has faster response time than POP3 and can search for messages on the server and keep track of messages like read, deleted, starred, replied, etc. IMAP works on two ports. Port 143, which is the default non-encrypted port used for unsecure email communication, and port 993, which is encrypted port used for secure email communication. Next is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol or SMTP. It is a connection-oriented application layer protocol that is widely used to send and receive email messages between mail servers. However, user-level applications use it only for sending messages. For retrieving, they use IMAP or POP3 because they provide better mailbox management. SMTP works on two ports. Port 25, which is the default non-encrypted port used for unsecure email communication, and port 465, which is the encrypted port used for secure email communication. If you want to watch more videos like this, you can visit my website for details.